Hey guys, this is Zlewikk, and in today's video, no, I will not be playing my own Freelancers campaign, but I'll be saving a ruined campaign from one of our viewers that did share this with us, with the above description, where he was trying to do the Freelancers achievement, but that nation is a bit behind it, and takes a lot behind ideas, has more than half of the loans taken, and terrible economy. So, I'm gonna try saving it, and showing you how to actually play in the mid-game. So you fasten seatbelts, and let's get straight to it, unless you want to subscribe to the channel to get notified about the future runs we'll be doing. Let's go. Let's take a look at the country. As for our conquest for 1605, well, it's not much, but it is some base that we are having. We are even a great power number 3, with 1,000 of own development. That's a lot, considering we are shogunate. Yes, the player did went for the shogunate path. The main problem is, first of all, with technologies. We are 1, 2, 5 technologies behind, but it's not that tragic yet. Bigger problem are the ideas, because we are 3, 10, 17 ideas behind, and we've got 20 out of 37 loans taken. So half of our budget, almost half of our budget, is currently going into interest. So I think this video should be a really good showcase for you how to play, how to scale a nation in the mid game. So I'll be having a few main goals as it's 1605. Fixing economy, fixing ideas, starting a much better mana generation, scaling absolutism, and preparing the country for a gigantic and fast conquest. We should start with our diplomats. They should be mainly used to get tech costs. You see, I'm getting 6% for my spy network at Haishi, and their technology is 16. So that's not bad, but there are nations with tech 17 already, so I definitely have to start looking for them, but since I'm mainly in Europe, and it's hard to build spy network when there's distance, but Switzerland wouldn't be that bad. So I will actually just use the spy network that we have now to create claims, wherever it is possible, and start using 2 of our diplomats for having actual tech cost. Because at Tech 9, you unlock what's called study technology, and for every technology that you miss to a specific country, you get 5% tech cost. When your spy network is 100. And in this case, I think up to 25 or 30%. So you can get insane amounts of this tech cost reductions to get up to date. That's why I'm gonna start building it on Switzerland, as well as probably Leash, something that doesn't have spy network defense. We definitely need an advisor, and that's gonna be a diplomatic one, just to make sure that we keep the guys loyal. And the player also did an often oopsie that many players do. He was adding all of the provinces he conquered into trade companies. There's no need for that to be efficient. And at the same time, a lot of these nodes don't even give us merchant. And this is especially the North China Company and Yellow River Company. This is North China, and this is Yellow River. So to fix that, I'll take alone another one. That's gonna be my first thing to do. And I'm gonna improve this. And this, trade companies. This might not be enough, but the north one should be enough. So it's 45, 45. Once I use this, this is 50, this is 50. So we actually do have to improve further, but I'll not have to spend under 400 on improvement of the trade company. I'm instead gonna build a marketplace here and a marketplace here, and this should be enough. Then if you take a look at the government modifiers, you'll see that in 5 years my maximum absolutism is gonna be at 12. That's far too little, and we have to start working it already. And I will start with cancelling some of the privileges. I don't need admin tech cost. Let's remove that. 30% of manpower is useful, so I'm gonna keep it for now. We're missing 40,000 men in our troops, so it's not 80, it's 40k troops that we're having. And we'll definitely have to aim for getting something custom for the merchant guilds. For that we have to improve this trade company, but there's nothing to add there. We need it to be size 5. I think it's size of 3 now. That will require a war with Bengal. So that's for later. Wherever it is possible and subjects are loyal, I will go ahead and start diverting trade from them. So we can start organizing our trade a bit better. Just note, we have 66 of Inga at the start. We'll be slowly scaling that and improving it in every possible matter. Like you see, I don't control Beijing enough to transfer it from Nippon, so I'm gonna just start collecting in Nippon instead. Same for, you see, Hangzhou. I'm not having enough here to just transfer from Nippon. My other merchants are in Canton, which is not bad, Hangzhou itself, and Jirin. Instead of Jirin, we might want to use Xi'an, but Xi'an is not bad, or Chengdu. In general, that's why I need the 2 additional merchants to fix the trade here. As for idea groups, I'll keep deployed, it's a good choice. Quantity not so much, but I don't have mana to cancel it. Instead, I'm gonna take first of influence, because first one gives income from vassals. This will help fixing the economy. And on top of that, we will also need religious, because we'll need to set up some kind of a casus belli to keep conquering the world. The end goal here is to get the Free Mountains and conquer the whole world. So we need a CB before Tech 23, which is not around for a while. And at the same time, let's take a look here. Golden Era already happened, so I cannot count on getting it. Instead, we just have to use this cost, which is not bad. We have minus 5% from our idea group. And I will prioritize taking the religious ideas for now, because every idea you take gives you idea cost. So for example, since I have 7 in the quantity, you'll see that I'm getting minus 14% tech cost. So that's why before this, I'll focus on this. I can also see there's some calf in our army, so I'm gonna track it down and remove it, especially as it looks like most of it is not even reinforced. Since I'm out of manpower, I'll also simply consolidate this infantry stack. So now we're only missing 24,000, and I don't need to keep 30k on this that goddamn fort. There's only a requirement. It's already like 16, so there's like 19 regiments that I'm needing. Let's just keep enough here. I can also ask my subjects to be focused on sieging. There goes the first merchant. This one is gonna be used. See, 75% Nippon. So that's 79 already. Let's transfer from Chengdu first. And when is the second? Okay, the marketplaces are still on the way. I've got another one. This one is gonna go to Xi'an. Looks like we have a navy, but it's not really of use. Let's turn off these guys. And that navy that is movable here, well, remove the transport. And, well, we should destroy the Shun navy and then use the trade ships. For Haishi, don't need any of their lands as of now. Just unload treaties with Shun, Shibe, here up north, maybe Shibe not, but also cancel Jiangsu as your subject, because Jiangsu is gonna be a perfect vassal for ourselves, and then just simply take some money, as remember, we are repaying our debt. Now the rest of the army, I'm gonna focus on Shun. I also need a flagship, which is gonna be a heavy ship with more cannons, but also just trades with morale, and more trade ships in general, as we have to take all of our trade and consolidate it. I'll definitely prioritize first influence idea, and then I'm gonna finish Diplo. So see, now for me, vassals, I'm just earning 2.7 ducats, which is nothing. With this little bonus, I'm now earning 10 ducats, which is gonna, of course, keep scaling with the amount of subjects we'll be creating. For sure, I'm just taking promises that where I'll release Qi plus money, as that's my priority. It's gonna cost also Diplo points. It's a shame. We definitely should focus on finishing religious ideas first, but since I had this war already, I just wanted to get yet another subject out of it. Also, I don't like that we have so many promises that we don't really need taken. I mean, just from Japan and Korea, we can really have a strong country. Then, of course, we need borders with other nations to get casus belli from religious ideas. But because of the amount of these lands here, say our average autonomy is just 48, which doesn't help finishing the guarantee forms here. So ideally, we should aim for releasing more nations. But yeah, it's gonna break the trade company setup. So I'll probably just not conquer anymore, except borders with other nations. I'm definitely also focusing on increasing our crown land. since we want to get more of absolutism. As our war finished, I can abdicate our ruler, which is 3-2. Trash. And focus on that 5-4-4 ruler. It gives me a much better mana generation. And I'm gonna focus on Diplo. Here goes Ace of Absolutism. We have just the trade companies bonus. I'll also definitely get universities once we get Tech 17. Later a bigger army, but that will be pretty much it. How many cultures we can accept? 4, yeah. Max Absolutism is 24, which is an okay starter. And I'm gonna definitely start with just simply decreasing some autonomy. Well, yeah, over time, we'll definitely have to get much more. One of the big goals as well will be to rebuild our army, even though it will cost money. But it's a huge goal because that will decrease liberty desire of the subjects, so I'll be able to actually divert trade from more of the nations. I'm also making sure to have provinces of vital interest for all of the ones that are bordering my subjects, just so once I want to expand, which I'll probably do in the meantime because I don't need to spend power points to expand when using subjects claims. But again, just what I said, only subjects claims. Because we don't want to spend Diplo points on expansion. The money I'll be spending definitely on improving trade centers to get our income better, but more importantly, to get the institution faster because it's spreading too slowly. Sorry, before I finish Diplo, I'll actually take second influence idea because that's liberty design subjects, and from then I'm gonna get more naval force limit, which I don't need for now. But that definitely allows me to divert trade from more nations, especially in China. So I want to unite that trade. There goes another seas. We'll make merchant guilds disloyal and some rebels to appear. But now I have less liberty desire from subjects development, and I also have more of max absolutism. TSI and guarantee for is surely focused on the advisor cost. It looks like Burma is another place where I could get a merchant from a trade company. There's this little improvement. We're up to 40%. So I really need to improve it one more time. Another idea is not only Diplo rep, so bigger loyalty to subjects, but also tech cost. So I'm getting this cheaper and cheaper, but it's still not enough. There goes the number trade incident. Let me make sure which outcome I'd like to get. First of all, do we want to change our current bonus? Idea cost is something that I would actually like to keep. Although Diplo rep trade efficiency and tech costs are gonna be of huge use as well. So I actually will want to change it right now. But I'm gonna still leverage that idea cost until the whole incident ends. So we need to go towards open outcome, which is a great idea because that's gonna give me another 5% idea cost and institution spread. So let's start with this. Now, side note, looks like the player didn't develop the gold much. I mean, at this point, I don't even want to do that. I can scale the other sources of income much more why I need power points. You see, my balance is already 26, why I'm still paying 30 for interest. That's what I've been waiting for, a cheaper advisor from an event. And for a tax, so not bad. He's gonna still be pretty expensive, 8 ducats a month, because of our 20 inflation. We're also a bit over the GAF capacity. So ideally... yeah, I could use that. Remember, I don't plan to expand much more for ourselves. So let's just build a few card houses. Just to mark the first 10 years of the gameplay, I'm almost doubled our income. My helmet is disappearing. To keep the rest of innovativeness, I'm gonna take Tech 17 on military. So you have minus 7% for spy network on Switzerland. And some other bonuses. I should also take the admin tech, because it only costs 339, and I would be getting unbalanced research if I didn't. Finishing deploy, this is obviously Diplo tech cost. And manpower recovery spins for new ideas. And a policy for forcing Diplo rep. That's important. Our Diplo rep is already at 7, so that's keeping a lot of nations loyal for us. Okay, I can ask my own subjects for knowledge sharing so I can embrace the global trade. Maybe I didn't repay any loans. I mean, I repaid and I took some. I'm still at 20, but my limit is not 37 anymore, it's 78 already. It's time to embrace the institution. So we take a loan. Another loan. I got 1.4 thousand from the incident. Embrace the golden trade. Now I can take this for 300 points, and I wanted to take it because it makes the subjects disloyal if they're ahead in the Diplotech ahead of you. Take this one, which is just 500 points. I've got a mission to repair our loans, but I would expect better bonus than the advisor. This might give me claims. Inspire points. I'll go for this. With last religious ideas, it's time for us to actually start expanding. First, let me take missionary strength for religious unity. And here I'm gonna keep the Diplo rep. Let's go and kick ass. Maybe first of Jiangsu. Then again, with the state of Haishi. So I'll start with Oirat itself and call Haishi as a co-belligerent for a holy war. And while at war of these two guys, I'm gonna attack Jiangsu. There goes the Kaikoku. I could have waited with taking the use idea for that idea cost, but it's honestly fine. It's actually on 0 because I had idea cost from adaptive. Now instead I'm getting tech costs, diplomatic reputation and trade efficiency. So my Diplo rep is at 7.5. Now that I got religious ideas finished, I'm packing all of my admin mana on reducing inflation. Only after that I'm gonna take the technologies. First bonus in Age of Absolute is definitely admin efficiency, which combined with some absolutism that we already have should be pretty useful. Let's start having fun. I'll have to directly vassalize Jiangsu. Or no, I don't have to. Right? What are the Jiangsu cores? Do you have any cores on my promises? They don't. So look, I have 4 wars. I'm gonna peace out at once. Look at these borders, I'm gonna fix them. Because, you know, with the admin efficiency stacked and province war score cost that we received from Diplo ideas, I can really take a decent amount of lands at once. Just like here against Haishi. Wait a second. Why is it costing me Diplo points? Because I'm separate piecing them. Okay. There's no need for separate piece. We have to save mana. Let's just break the alliances instead and take some money. Let's just take this as well. The biggest piece is gonna be definitely against Oirat, which surprisingly doesn't have low attitude yet. I think they need to use lose the capital. Oh, there's the low attitude. And I don't have to take much more. Can take this amount. And also fully annexing Yan and Shun. Oh, that's not a fully annex. Here I could try separate piecing. Except this one province. Which did cost a bit of Diplo points, but it's fine. So you'll see that with all of these piece deals done, our overextension is at 56%. And on the place of what I just conquered, I'm fully gonna give it over to new released or old subjects, because we don't need any lands for ourselves. We just need some lands to have borders for Casus Belli, but not much more. So now we're down to 0 overextension, and I'm gonna start diverting trade from these new subjects. So now we're already at 143 of total income, and I'm gonna keep decreasing our inflation, so balance is already 71. I finally locked map of Europe, and that Ottomans will be a problem for the player. But that's not a me problem. I'm gonna prepare him my country to deal with the Ottomans. That Spain is also quite scary with the amount of subjects, but let's first take care of our own backyard. Since I'm very ahead in tech in the middle, I'm also just spending anything extra than him here on harsh treatment, wherever it is worth it, just cost 50. So my absolute is gonna go straight up to 50 soon. I will keep expanding now, and just got most of the Indochina that was left in one war, which is another 200 of extension, and again it's all gonna go to the subjects. First big conflict is ahead of us, where I'm gonna attack Bengal, but for that I definitely need more cannons. I see I don't also have much more force than me to maintain them. Actually, maybe instead of independent company, let's use a grant company to have place to get at least 10,000 of cannons, which is already not enough at this technology. What will help me in that war is Middle Tech 19, which is new units and military tactics, especially that Bengal, actually they were at Tech 17, but they took 18, and Malacca is on Tech 19. Malacca is their ally. I should not call Malacca as a co-belligerent. It's gonna be really a tough war. At least Bengal has some forts on lower level, level 2. Which is really good news. But there are some at level 4. If take 18 on admin, I'm more or less up to date, but more importantly, I can unlock 5th idea group. That has to be military, because army quality of this nation is absolute dog shit. I have no chance fighting the other nations without any quality. That's why I will most probably go for the quality ideas. There's also a lot of income from vassals for us from a policy. From Bengal taking border of Jaunpur and Vijay. Our army quality is terrible. Just look at the losses. Of course, a lot of it is from subjects, but I was insanely losing a lot of battles. But I can take borders with Jaunpur and Bahmanis, so I can expand their terrains. To make sure I get the claim, the casus belli, so into Manftik. And now release subjects before I declare the new wars. This province I can actually keep for myself because there are 3 trade centers and I'll add them to the trade company. White war with Bahmanis, I'm also gonna attack Oirat already. You might be shocked, but Ottomans are losing a war to Spain while being held by Great Britain. What is this war even? Spain, Dutch, Colombia. Okay, so it's even Great Britain, Ottomans, and Netherlands losing to Spain and Portugal. That Spain is insane. Now that I'm out of debt, I'm investing heavily to increase my manpower because that's a huge bottleneck to have that little manpower in that year. Final war I'll do in this Saving Your Ruined campaigns is against Bengal. They re-allied Malacca after I beat the shit out of Malacca. At least I'm gonna shorten my truce with them. That's 250,000 troops to deal with. Because also Gujarat will join it. And my ally Delhi is dying to Jaunpur. See, this is 100. This is 60. This is 66. But me and my subjects, as you see, you have 260, 330,000. So we should have a chance. Of course, these 2 stacks will just go ahead and focus on cutting Gujarat. It's just so big. Maybe let's go and take capital as well. Last quality idea at last. I'm already actually feeling the better quality of my army. See, the losses are similar in that war, and that's with 180k of my own losses. It was much worse before. And that unlocks some policies. Income from vassals. That's the most important one. I'm gonna change the cultural conversion cost into that. And then also we have siege ability and morale damage here. And I'm gonna take siege ability over morale of armies, as that's gonna let me finish that war a bit faster. And thanks to income from vassals, I earn from them 60 ducats. So I can separate with Gujarat, breaking their alliances with Jaunpur, Bengal and Delhi. I can separate piece Malacca, breaking the alliance with Bengal, and shorten truce. While from Bengal itself, it's gonna be a border war because I told you at this point of the game, biggest pain are forts. So to take care of the forts, you just take them over in a peace deal. So I'm gonna, Bengal is gonna lose all of his forts in this one war. That's how it looks like. I know, guys. But trust me, that's the best thing I could do. So then in the next war, hopefully he's not gonna have an allies, then in the next war, I can just wipe his armies, carpet siege, and finish the war. Not in like how many years? Not in 4 years, but in like a year or 2. Much easier. And as usual, let's release some subjects here. And this is exactly what I want to finish. And we did expand a bit and we've set up the country to only prosper. We fixed the manpower a bit, it's 120k at max. And using a lot of barracks, that's gonna be the main power now for this country. But with the military ideas finished, I think the next goal will be to dev the hell out of Korea and Japan just to get more of the base manpower from these regions. Keep bordering the other nations to get their religious war casus belli, and keep using subjects for more income, 300 already, and for more forces to fight for you, because you see already if I declare the next war, that will be again over 400,000 that will be on our side, even though I have 200,000 myself. And that will be scaling because this AIs will dev to build up more they should not get disloyal. So by the time you get to the Ottomans and Russia, you might have a chance dealing with them. But first, you need to build a strong base here. And I would really recommend to go for the conquered country. It's not hard to get, and you'd easily get to over 100 of maximum absolutism and head simply towards west. I would say 3 mountains out of this would be doable, but it would be complete pain. And in general, if you want to do world conquest campaigns, you need to conquer as much as possible in the early game, scale build up, because later you see what happens. There's huge blobs which cost, look at these Ottomans, which cost millions of war score, and they have millions of forts of level 4, level 6, that it's really hard to siege down, and you lose out of manpower on this siege down. That's why I also stacked some siege ability bonuses, because that's gonna be also of huge help. But hey guys, for today that is it. I hope that you guys enjoyed another ruined campaign, and let me know by liking this video if you want to see more in the future. And subscribe to the channel to get notified about the future videos, because I'll do my own 3 mountains campaign if we hit 120,000 subscribers. Bye!